What's up, y'all? My name is JR, and for those of you who don't already know, I'm a huge movie and TV nerd. If you're new here, I appreciate you taking the time to check out my channel. I hope you'll consider sticking around and joining the film community I'm trying to build here on YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the STARZ original series Blindspotting and whether or not the series was canceled too soon. And just so you guys know, this video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen this show yet and you don't want to know anything that happens in it, you might want to exit this video now. And with that being said, no more wasting time, let's get into it. Blindspotting is an American comedy drama television series and a spin-off sequel of the 2018 film of the same name. Set 6 months after the events of the film, the series follows Ashley, who's played by Jasmine Cephas Jones, after Miles, played by Rafael Casal, her boyfriend, and the father of their son, is suddenly incarcerated, forcing her to move in with Miles' mother and half-sister. The series co-stars Jalen Barron, Candace Nicholas Littman, Benjamin Earl Turner, and Atticus Woodward. The series was created and executive produced by Rafael Casal and David Diggs, writers, producers, and lead stars of the original film, with Casal also acting as showrunner. Keith Calder, a producer of the original film, is also executive producer, as well as actress Jasmine Cephas Jones. The series premiered on June 13, 2021 on the STARZ network. In October 2021, the series was renewed for a second season, which premiered on April 14, 2023. But in September of 2023, the series was canceled after just 2 seasons. Now, at the time of the making of this video, Season 1 of the show has an astounding 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Now that's based on only 26 critic reviews. But it has a much more modest audience score of 74% based on only 50 or so verified ratings. Now, Season 2 also has a perfect score, but it's based on only 6 critic reviews, with a comparable audience score of 94%, and that's based on less than 50 verified ratings. It has a Metascore of 76 based on only 18 critic reviews on Metacritic, with a comparable user score of 7.5 based on almost 100 user ratings. And finally, it has a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and that's based on almost 1,700 reviews. So, some of you might be asking yourself why Blindspotting got canceled with scores like these. Well, from what I understand, the show fell victim to the wave of belt tightening by networks and streamers, which have been cutting back on developing and making content because of declining revenues and the work stoppage caused by the strikes. Now, I myself was initially disappointed when I heard the news, but then I had a chance to think about the show from a story perspective. And once I did, I realized that though I was certainly going to miss the downright jovial vibe of the show, that the story had actually run its course. Now, stay with me here. So, when you're writing a story, you choose an opening image or a starting point. You should have already created your characters, or at least the main ones, and assuming that you have done that, you've assigned them a race, a gender, a sexual orientation, where they're from, how they were raised, whether they're rich or poor. You've given them hopes and dreams, wants and needs, and then you turn them loose inside the world you've created for them, or at least that's what I do. Now, once you've done that, especially if you've done it fairly well, what you'll find is that your story has a natural ending. Because believe it or not, all stories do. Now, at the beginning of Blindspotting, Miles gets arrested for drug possession and hauled off to jail, forcing Ashley to take their son and go move in with Miles' mother and his half-sister. Soon after that, Ashley and Miles' family finds out that Miles will in fact be doing 5 years for his crime. From there, we watch Ashley try to explain the situation to her son, Sean, while trying to prove to Miles' mother, Rainey, that she's a competent parent, fighting with Miles' half-sister, Trish, and ultimately trying to stay faithful to Miles, all while he deals with the consequences of his incarceration. Now, given the setup of this particular story, the natural ending to said story is Miles coming home from prison, which, despite the show having only reached the 16-episode mark, is exactly what happens in the Season 2 finale. Now, again, I really enjoyed Blindspotting. I thought the show was fantastically whimsical while remaining extraordinarily relevant. And though again, I was disappointed to see the show disappear, especially after such a short run, ultimately, I was satisfied that the story had reached a satisfactory conclusion, which is more than I can say for a lot of the shows that have graced our TV screens over the last decade or so. So, while I don't agree with the 100% Rotten Tomatoes score, certainly, that would make it a perfect show, right? I do think the show deserves high praise and is a more than worthy spinoff of the brilliantly written original film of the same name. But what do you guys think? Do you think Blindspotting was canceled too soon? Or do you think the story had arrived at its natural conclusion? Let me know in the comments. And for those of you who might be new to the channel, be sure to like and share this video. If you really like the content, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. Also, be sure to go and check out themaskscreenwriter.com for more television and film reviews and info on my upcoming film projects. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got screenplays to write, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.